Welcome, everybody. This is another week of sports talk. I'm glad you guys could join me today. We got a lot to discuss. It's going to be a good one as always. I've finally been able to get all these settings fixed and everything like that. Took me a little while. That's why my stream has kind of started a little later than I wanted it to, but it's all right. We're here. That's all that matters now. Before I begin, though, for those of you that do follow me on certain platforms, my Twitch info, Celtics Fan 2024, that's my handle. If you want to follow me on there to watch this live, you can. If not, I will upload it to my YouTube for my YouTube subscribers there too. And I will also put my YouTube info into the comments later. So let's get this show on the road, guys. I want to discuss a great week of NFL football. I mean, I know it's only week one. Everybody knows that. It's only week one. But let me tell you, we already had some fucking fireworks, let me tell you. Starting off with the Thursday night game to kick off the season, I have a couple of fans that I know are going to love this one. Eagles, Cowboys, what a game, let me tell you. Oh my God, what a game. A little bit weird, though, you know. So it was banner night for the Eagles. Everybody knows they're the defending champions. So they were unveiling their Super Bowl banner, the whole nine. This is what got me, though. Early in the game, we're talking not even a few seconds, barely a minute into the game, right? Cowboys are huddled up. Dak Prescott spits in the direction of Jalen Carter towards the ground. Jalen Carter then decides, defensive lineman for the Eagles, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Jalen Carter decides, I'm going to go right up to Dak and I'm going to spit on him. And so he does. He spits right on Dak Prescott. Now, granted, I am not a Cowboys fan. I don't like the Cowboys, and a lot of my followers and close friends of mine and family know I hate that fucking team with a passion. So, the fact Jalen Carter did this, though, I don't condone it whatsoever. To me, you don't spit on another player at all. And honestly, I'm very glad that the refs threw the flag, unsportsmanlike conduct, and threw his ass out of the game. Now, I know I have some Eagles friends that are going to probably be like, actually, I think one of them agreed with me, as a matter of fact, about him being tossed from the game. I will say this, I guarantee you, since that happened, Goodell's going to step in, and they're probably going to suspend him. Now, if I was Nick Sirianni's, I would just suspend him automatically. Like, if I was his coach, I'd be like, dude, you're sitting the next 3 games. Like, I'm not. We can't have that on our team. Like, no. First minute of the season, and you're spitting on other players. Granted, now Jalen Carter, great player, by the way, great defensive lineman, but he has gotten into a lot of trouble before. He was especially when he was at Georgia. He got caught racing one time. Now he's doing this. I mean, you can't be doing that. I'm sorry. As an NFL fan, as a former player, not in the NFL, but former football player, I should say. You can't be doing that. I'm sorry. You cannot just be doing that. That is very, very, very wrong. You know, there's a fine line when it comes to sportsmanship, and that is just not one right there. So kudos to the ref stepping in and tossing him from the game. I'm going to keep my eye out and see if Jalen Carter does get suspended. I haven't heard anything yet, but that's definitely going to be something to monitor moving forward. Now, after all that was said and done, it seems like the Cowboys, going into this game, I had said they were going to get blown out. I said there was no way they were going to compete with this game. I think when Jalen Carter did, he lit a spark under them. Because sure enough, the Cowboys just woke up. Their offense was clicking. They had a good running game going. The passing game was pretty decent. The line was blocking good on the offense. I was very, very surprised. And kudos to the Cowboys, for going into hostile territory because, it's hard to play in Philly. We all know how Philly fans are. Philly fans are friggin' crazy. Like, they're nuts. The fact that the Cowboys competed in this game, closer than I thought, was just mind-boggling to me. Like I said, I thought they were going to lose by 40 points. I really did. I did not think Dallas was going to compete with these guys. But a spot got lit under them. They had a good running game. They got 2 touchdowns from Javonte Williams, who is an okay, decent, average running back. So kudos to him. Even kudos to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, he actually played a decent game. He didn't make any mistakes. Didn't turn the ball over. He played a great game. So Cowboys fans, you guys got a little bit of hope. But I already said this last week. You better hope he doesn't get hurt. Because the backup sucks. I'm sorry. That's why the Patriots got rid of Joe Milton. I already said that. I'm not going to say it again. So, now, I will also say this. The defense for the Cowboys. They were not bad. They weren't bad. They held Jalen Hurts and the Philly offense pretty good. I mean, it was back and forth game for a little bit. Don't get me wrong. But they did awesome. I was very impressed with both teams. Kudos to the Eagles coming out on top, even after they had a weather delay late in the game. Out of nowhere. It was just weird. Very, very weird. They had a lightning delay. They had to call the game for an hour. And both teams really kind of lost momentum after that because the offenses just stopped clicking. The defenses kind of started to step up a little bit more. They were playing... Philly was playing a lot of good zone calls. Kudos to Vic Fangio. Even though I don't care for Vic Fangio. I really don't. I could care less about him. And even on the Cowboys side, Matt Eberflus, like another one I don't really care for. He called a decent game on the defense. Both the defensive coordinators called a great defensive game. Just in the end, though, the Eagles were just too much for Dallas. Now, as Dallas fans, okay, and you guys are cancerous, okay, all of y'all are cancerous as hell. You got something to look forward to. You guys really competed well. You can take that, I'm not one for moral victories like Jerry Jones is, and for those of you that know that, I remember he said that after the loss to the Broncos years ago, and it was a moral victory. Now, I'm not one for moral victories, but that was a good moral victory for the Cowboys. I'm not going to lie. That was a really good moral victory. Going into next week, you guys got the Giants at home, first home game of the year. I think that's going to be a great, great matchup for you guys. Just watch out, though, because the Giants, they got some dogs on that defense. So if Dallas's offensive line can't stop that pass rush, it's going to be a long day for them. A very long day. So Dallas, you're going to have to really improve on that. I will definitely go over that next week, by the way. Eagles, I know, have Kansas City, so Super Bowl rematch next week. Eagles are going to really have to buckle down because they don't want to go in there hot-headed, even though Kansas City is coming off of a loss, too, after Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh the next day on Friday just went off, and I'm kicking myself because I had Justin Herbert on my fantasy team, and I didn't start him. I started Jaden Daniels over him because, for those of you guys that don't know, I am a big Jaden Daniels fan, and he is awesome. I'm not going to go into that right now, though. I just want y'all to know I do love Jaden Daniels a lot. Herbert and Harbaugh really stifled the Chiefs. But I said this, and I said this last week. I said the Chiefs were not going to be that good this year. And now they lost Xavier Worthy, and they don't know how long he's going to be out for. They already don't have Rashee Rice. So they're down two of their top receivers. They only got Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown did good for them. Another one I wish I'd have started on my fantasy team, by the way. But that's okay. I still won in fantasy this week, so I'm happy about that. I'm 1-0 in fantasy, so I'm happy. Now, the fact that the Chargers overcame being able to beat the Chiefs was really awesome. I mean, granted, it was a neutral site game. They played in Brazil, so I can't really give home field advantage to anybody. But kudos to the Chargers. Really, really great showing by them. I was very impressed with them. Very, very impressed. I think they're going to be a sneaker, a very sneaky team this year. They got some good players. Quentin Johnson's really starting to evolve. McConkey, he's a decent receiver. Their running game, they got a 1-2 punch with Marion Hampton, the rookie from North Carolina, and they got Najee Harris too. I mean, that's a 1-2 punch right there. And Justin Herbert's Justin Herbert. The guy is awesome. I love Justin Herbert. For those of you that don't know, by the way. And Jim Harbaugh. I'm a huge Jim Harbaugh fan. Don't care for his brother, which I'll get into him later. But I do love me some Jim Harbaugh, even though he's a cheater. With all the Michigan stuff. Had a little shade in there, by the way. And like I said, we had a lot of even more NFL action. This whole weekend was great. The Patriots played the Raiders week 1. What a great game that was. Now, as a Patriots fan, I'm a little happy and I'm a little upset too. So, I'm happy that, we were in that game. The defense did amazing. And I've always said this, if your defense holds a team to 20 points or less, you usually win 99% of the time. Well, this was the 1% of the time that didn't happen. The defense played awesome. I was very impressed. Even without Christian Gonzalez, that defense really played their hearts out. I was very, very impressed. But again, Geno Smith is good. And for Raiders fans out there, you guys were kind of dogging on him a little bit. But Geno is good, especially with Pete Carroll coaching him now. Geno is a good quarterback. I got respect for the man. Tons of respect for the man. The offense for the Patriots, they looked shaky. They really did. The running game wasn't there. Stephon Diggs, really, first game off the ACL. He did okay. Didn't put up great numbers for me in fantasy, but whatever. The rest of the receiving crew, Kayshon Boutte, he went off. That guy had over 100 yards receiving. And I was not really high on Boutte, but he's starting to really show me something. I'll be honest, he's a decent receiver. He might have been one of them diamonds in the rough that Belichick actually hit on, which Belichick really hasn't hit well in the draft lately. But that's all in the past now. I think Vrabel just really needs to get the ground game going. Maybe get some, maybe kind of try to talk to Josh McDaniels a little bit. Maybe get something going on the ground game, because the ground game just was not there. It was not there at all. And I always say, your ground game opens up your pass. It opens up the rest of your arsenal on offense. So I'm a big advocate for the ground and pound game. So Rex Ryan used to run that back with his head coaching days of the Jets. And I kind of do it also. For those of you that don't know, I'm in an online league for College Football 26. And I usually try to do that too. Because in my eyes, if I can get my ground game going, I can get the team's opposing defense guessing. And they're not going to know what I'm going to do. So that's what Josh McDaniels and Drake May and Mike Vrabel really need to kind of work on. Drake May had some okay stats. He had an interception that really kind of threw off his psyche a little bit. And I'm not trying to dog Drake May, like, at all. I like the guy. I think he's a great, great player. Some people are saying he's not the guy, but it's too early. The guy literally is only played, what, maybe, 6, 7 games his whole career? We can't judge him off of that. We can't. We got to give him some more time. Now, again, week 1, you can't also really judge anything off of week 1 either. So, again, there's a lot of football left to be played. Yeah, the Patriots are 0-1, but they played decent. The defense has me excited for this year. If they could just get the offense going a little bit more, put up more than 13 points a game, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. One guy I really do like on the Patriots, and he's a former Raider, Robert Spillane. Man, that guy can hit. God damn, that guy can hit so good. Great acquisition for New England, by the way, getting him in the offseason. Even the O-line. The O-line, looked a little bit decent. They just got to do better with the run blocking. The pass blocking was there. But the run blocking just got us to get a little bit better. Just a tiny bit. Also, there were some other great games going on this past Sunday. The one that really caught my eye, though, was the Bills and the Ravens, which was the Sunday night game. Now, you talk about cinema. Absolute cinema. Like, the Ravens and the Bills showed me that they are probably the top 2 teams in the AFC. Again, only week 1. But as of right now, again, got 16 weeks left in a season. I mean, anything can change. But the Bills and the Ravens, I kind of had a feeling going into this season, they probably had the top 2 rosters in the league. And it showed. Derrick Henry did awesome. He did awesome as always. Lamar Jackson was doing good for the Ravens. Josh Allen was slinging it for the Bills. The Bills got some great receivers on their team, by the way. I mean, great receivers. Keon Coleman is starting to develop really well. Zay Flowers for the Ravens is starting to develop well. There was no defense in this game. And you guys know me, that do know me, you know I love my defense. There was no defense in that game. None. I mean, both teams put up over 40 points. The fact that got me, though, the Bills were down 15 points with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Okay? Now, usually you're up 15 points in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes left. You pretty much got the game iced, right? Now, the Bills didn't give up. Okay? They battled back. They got King Henry to fumble and got a turnover. And then, get this, they get a kicker. So their original kicker, Tyler Bass, he's hurt. They go and snag Matt Prater, who's 40-somewhat years old, off the street. And he comes in and he's kicking field goals like he's in his 20s again. Now, 40s is football old. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers, for God's sakes. But the fact that Matt Prater, kudos to him, came in and he kicked a game winner, and this guy barely been with the team for like less than a week. And it was funny, actually, one of the Bills tight ends, one of their like backup tight ends, was like, oh, he walked into the special teams meeting and I thought he was another coach. And it's Matt, and then I'm like, oh my God, that's Matt Prater. Like, he's our kicker. Like, that's just so funny. And I love seeing the old guys like that still getting chances in the NFL. That really just warms my heart a lot. Really, it does. Great cinema, though. Great. Now, that, in my opinion, that game, the Bills coming back down 15, winning by 1 point. That is what Sunday Night Football should be. All right, absolute cinema. That's what especially a nationally televised game, we should have cinema. That's why we have these nationally televised games. It's because we want good games as NFL fans, and I know you guys all can agree with me on that one. NFL football needs to be just like that. Close and having you on the edge of your seat. That's what it should be. Again, kudos to the Bills. Great comeback win. They didn't give up. Josh Allen proved why he was the MVP last year. And damn it, he might win it again. Because Josh Allen, I love the kid. I freaking love Josh Allen. He is amazing. The guy has just got to get over that hump in the playoffs. Just got to get over that hump. Once he does that, he's going to go down as a great quarterback. I mean, he's already great. But he's going to be like top elite once he gets over that hump in the playoffs. And who knows, it might be this year. Another game I really was impressed with this past Sunday was the Packers and Lions. So Green Bay impressed me. They stymied Detroit. Like, they just absolutely just manhandled them. Now, I don't know if it's because it was a rivalry game, but I got a little soft spot for Green Bay because I like Jordan Love. And Micah Parsons, man, even though he's hurt, he still was dominating for them. Dallas, this shows why you shouldn't have gotten rid of him. You messed up getting rid of Micah Parsons because he proved it the other day. He was all over that field. I mean, he was creating pressures. I think he got a sack. He might have got 2. But he was looking like vintage Micah Parsons. And he had something to prove. Now, this is where you messed up, Dallas. Like I said, you let him go. But who knows? It might work out in the end. But I think Micah Parsons was a guy you should have never let go. Kudos to the Packers, getting that win. That was a great win for them. 27-13, I think, was the final for that score. Right now, get this, the NFC North, the Packers and the Vikings are tied for number 1. That's because the Vikings on the Monday night game came back against the Bears last night. And they were down 17-6 going into the fourth quarter. Bears were playing good. The Bears were playing awesome. But Caleb Williams happened. Now, everybody knows I don't like Caleb Williams, and I think he's a loser. I really do. I think he's a loser. And the Vikings, they held their ground. They stood tall, and they mounted a comeback. They won by 3 points, 27-24. They were down 17-6 going into the fourth quarter. The fact that they were able to hold tight, not give up, and still come out with a victory on the road, mind you. It's Soldier Field, very hard place to play. Not right now because it's still kind of good weather there, but in the wintertime it's hard to play there. And Kevin O'Connell, he did awesome, called a great game for those guys. I was very impressed with him. Very, very impressed with him. Great job to the Vikings coming back, like I said. Now, there is something I want to put out there, and this is an opinionated question for some of you guys. This is kind of tying into my love for Jayden Daniels, but I want to ask you guys, what do you think about Jayden Daniels? Do you think he's going to have the sophomore slump this year? Or do you think he's actually going to come through and still be that elite quarterback like he was last year? I'm going with the latter because just how the Redskins, and by the way, I will always and forever call them the Redskins, have weapons-wise on offense. I think, to me, they have enough weapons for Jayden Daniels to be able to succeed because, especially getting Deebo Samuel, that was a great pickup for them. Because he's definitely going to be a good number 2 receiver with Terry McLaurin. But we'll see how that turns out. Couple other notable games I'm looking at right here. Texans, for those of you that are my Texans fans, you guys didn't look too good against the Rams. 14-9 was the final score there. But you guys did okay. The offensive line just needs to get a little bit better. But I know you guys have had issues with the offensive line, and C.J. Stroud just didn't look that great either. Another notable game was the Aaron Rodgers debut with the Pittsburgh Steelers against his former team, the Jets. That was another cinematic game, by the way. Aaron Rodgers looked like vintage Aaron Rodgers, even at 41 years old. Put on a clinic. He played well, and he came out with the victory by 2 points, I think 34-32. Was that the final? 34-32? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, kudos to Aaron Rodgers. And now, I know some of you guys that are close to me know that I do have a little soft spot for Aaron Rodgers. I know some of you guys don't like him. But I have a soft spot for Aaron Rodgers. I think it has to do with he's the last remaining of the old quarterbacks that, a lot of us millennial generation grew up watching. So maybe that's why I have the soft spot for him. I'm not too sure, but that just could be why I like Aaron Rodgers so much. Trying to think here. Oh, little bit of an announcement for you guys. I don't know yet, but whenever in my college football dynasty, I play. So I'm with the University of Kentucky, for those of you that don't know. For those of you that want to watch, when I play LSU here, I don't know when that's going to happen. I know I got one more game I got to play before I get to LSU. But when that does happen, I am going to be live streaming it on Twitch. So follow my Twitch, Celtics Fan 2024, so you guys can watch that, and you're going to see some cinema. Let me tell you, you guys are going to see some cinema there. That's going to be sick. It's going to be live streamed. I will have the chat box open on my Twitch for anybody that wants to send me comments. And I hope I come out with a victory, because my goal is this year as a first-year coach for the University of Kentucky is I'm trying to go 9-3. So far I'm 1-2 right now. But I think if I can win out for the most part, I can have a successful season with them. My recruiting's going very well, too. I'm starting to get some decent recruits in, going after a lot of 3- and 4-star guys, kind of like Kirby Smart does with Georgia, so I'm taking a little bit of that route there. But again, for some of my close followers, I will definitely let you guys know when I do that. I'm hoping I can do it. Let's see, today's Tuesday. I'm hoping by maybe Thursday. If not Thursday, I'm really hoping we do it on Thursday. Really, I'm praying. So let's tentatively schedule that for Thursday. In the evening, it's going to be prime time, probably around 7 to 8 o'clock Central Time. For those of you on the East Coast, 8 to 9 Eastern Time. A couple of my followers on the Mountain Time, an hour before, so 6 or 7 Mountain Time. But that's all the time I have for today, guys. Tune in next week. I'm going to have another sports talk. We're going to recap week 2 of the NFL. I couldn't get into college this past weekend. I really didn't get to pay attention to any of the games, and that's on me. That's my bad. I will definitely try and pay more attention this weekend for college to be able to update with you guys on that. Week 2 of the NFL is also going to be happening next week. And again, like I said, I'm 1-0 in fantasy. I'm hoping I can keep that streak alive for this coming week too. But we'll see, guys. Have a great week. I love all of y'all. Take it easy.